Fun 1-star review from when I was still working in restaurants. Rebecca. *8 months ago. Dine in $20 to $30. Let's start with what was good. That's easy cause there was nothing. When you go in you're met with the loudest most annoying music you ever heard. When I went to the counter the girl asked me if I was ready to order. I didn't even have time to look. She told me there was a menu on the wall and told me to go back. I went around to find a cluttered small print menu. I ordered and it was $30 for 2 tacos and a nasty guacamole with pineapples. The chairs are uncomfortable. When I asked if there were different seating options the man in the back said no. Fine. That they call your name like you're in an elementary school class. How embarrassing. When I asked the man to turn the volume down he said he did but did not. I asked for a manager to telephone him about my experience. The manager __ said looks like there's nothing I can do to help you. I've never been treated so rude. Someone with that mental capacity should not be allowed to run a business. I would like to be eye contact with corporate. I will not be coming back in. I suggest you do the same. Oh. Like you're in an elementary school class. The spelling and grammar throughout this thing makes me think she could use more elementary school. If she hated everything about the place as soon as she walked through the door, why did she stay and eat there? Woman facepalming light skin tone. As the former manager in question, it was more so that this woman had disdain for everything. The restaurant is pretty hip, loud, dark, and industrial on the inside, gourmet, tacos and yes, some interesting sides. I do want it to be known that she picked the wildest side of guac. We had traditional guac. Anyways, this place stays open till 4 a.m., big post-bar scene, that kinda stuff. All that to say, this lady did not fit the vibe and to continuously ask to change that vibe, music, chairs, the food we served, and then call me dumb in a review was pretty annoying emo. I will say that after probably her 5th request for us to do something to change the fact that she didn't like something, I did say that I didn't think there was anything I could do for her. Nicely of course. Sign I saw in a ramen place in Utah. Space Karen. No, you cannot bring your pet dog into the museum. I work at a museum in a large U.S. city, doing interpretation. One of our tasks, which we all rotate through, is checking tickets at the front desk and letting people know where they can leave their bags, etc. Yesterday, during a rush period, I looked up from helping some folks and noticed that a group had just gone through the entrance to the exhibit area without showing their tickets. I stopped them politely and saw the tickets in question, and also noticed that the mother had a small dog on a leash. No, service dog, vest or anything. I asked her if it was a service dog, and she said no, at which point I told her that I was very sorry but we only allowed service animals in the museum. She looked confused and said, "What if I carry him?" Quote, "No, I'm afraid he can't go in," I replied, beginning to genuinely wonder if this woman had been living her apparent 40 or 50-something years up to this point under a rock. What museum allows pets in the galleries? She huffed a bit and then started grumbling. Keep in mind, the entrance area was very busy this whole time. About how 90% of those service dog vests are fake, and they were trying to be honest and do the right thing. Not sure how she expected that to work for her. We appreciate the honesty but you don't get dog entry points for not lying. Eventually she took the dog outside while her kid went through the museum, then came back in and once again tried to enter the museum with her dog. When I called her, she asked if she could sit on a bench in the waiting area outside the galleries holding him. Since we are more lenient about pets where there are no fragile objects, I agreed. She then proceeded to intermittently watch loud YouTube videos on her phone until her son was finished, at which point they left. TLDR, grown woman baffled and upset that a museum wouldn't let her walk her pet dog through the galleries on a leash, or bend the rules because she didn't lie about him being a service animal. Edit to clarify. I love dogs. Like, I'm the person who will interrupt conversations with friends to point out a cute pup walking past. But, time and place, lady. Museums are private businesses. You're an employee. Can't you just say continue ignoring my request and I'll have you banned? So, yes, but it was sort of a situation where I had to weigh whether I wanted to get into it with a Karen while we were short-staffed and slammed. If she had persisted in trying to get the dog into the galleries, I would have kicked her out, and management would have stood behind me. As it was, since we found a solution that kept her quiet, the objects safe, and me free to carry on handling the rush, no kicking out was required. Just a story to vent about on here later.